When it comes to trading, millions of dollars move in seconds. A mistake with one button and you're out of the market. A delayed exit and the trade turns into a loss. In such conditions, the interface through which a trader interacts with the market becomes critically important. This is not just a screen, it's the main workspace, and the outcome directly depends on its convenience and reliability. The trading terminal should provide maximum opportunities with minimal costs. No unnecessary clicks, no delays, no data overload that distracts from the main task. Everything should be at hand. Entering a position, managing orders, visual chart analysis, risk control, and all in seconds. In this video, we will discuss what a modern trading terminal should be like, which functions are essential, which simplify work, and why a good terminal is not just cosmetic, but a key competitive advantage in the market. Let's start our review with the cryptocurrency exchange ByBit and their trading terminal. And let's go to its main page. Here we are on the main page of the cryptocurrency exchange ByBit. And overall, we are not interested in this, neither their design nor their solutions. We are exclusively interested in trading. Therefore, let's go straight to the trading terminal. Click Demo Trading and trade on a demo account. There, I'll say a few words about centralized exchanges. They have advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are that there is high liquidity in the market, large trading volumes, you can always buy and sell. And that's good. But the downside is that these exchanges are centralized. Centralized exchanges require you to fully register, providing your information starting with email, mobile phone, as well as passport details in order to allow you to trade. And you need to understand that you do not own your funds. The exchange owns these funds. That is, if it wants, it will restrict your withdrawal, restrict your transfer, and set some limits on trading. Were there such cases? Yes, many. There were a huge number of such cases, but since it is a large, vast system, you won't be able to achieve anything individually from them. They will respond to you unequivocally, in a standard way, and those are the rules of the system. They might refer to some laws, sanctions, and so on and so forth. Therefore, the market is now shifting to decentralized futures and spot exchanges. And that's correct. There is a trend towards decentralization, and we have practically the same functionality, the same technical solutions. But we are primarily interested in the space itself of our trading terminal. Let's take a look at it. At the top, we have a bar displaying information about a trading pair, its price change, open interest, volumes, and so on. I want to say right away, I adjusted this chart a bit for myself, or rather the workspace. Initially, it looked like this. So you see, here you can move the chart and the order book like this. This was all done initially. And what is the downside? The downside is that the chart is the main workspace for a trader. Price is a signal, and we need to observe it, conduct analysis, conduct market research. And for this, we need to pay more attention specifically to the chart. That's why I expand it like this, increasing this space. You see, it shifts here, which causes some discomfort, but it's not a big deal. Once it's set up, you can basically continue working. The information about the position or the order history is secondary. That is, what is primary for us is the chart itself, the order book, and components related to opening or closing our orders. So, well, I already have a position open here. We will now go over how to open it, how to close it, how to average it, and so on and so forth. Well, with the chart, if it's more or less clear, let's move on to the order book. The order book is presented as follows. At the top is the seller's area, at the bottom is the buyer's area. So there is a price column, a base asset volume column, and a total column. What stands out at first? Well, the illogical design related to the fact that we have the seller's column and the seller's area. For some reason, the volumes here are shaded in green. Well, it's clear why it's green here, but it would be more logical to highlight it in red to emphasize that this is indeed the seller's area. This third column is the total amount of ether or our base asset, and it's generally not needed. That is, notice, yes, it fluctuates, it fills here, but overall it's filled almost the same. Right now, here it's 30, there it was 30, here it's 100, here, well, 80. That is, the volumes are distributed. The most important thing that should be in the order book is the highlighting of a large volume at a certain price level. And here it is not highlighted in any way, not illuminated, not colored. That is the absolute lack of functionality, informational functionality in the order book. This is a big drawback of almost all exchanges. It's a colossal drawback. I don't know why they all do it this way. Apparently, there's some trend towards illogical and non-functional creation of the order book, but it is what it is. What else is here? Market trays. Here is the order book, meaning market orders, and look how they run. That is, they show us, of course, right here in the underlying asset, that is in Ether. Large volumes are also not highlighted. That is, for a trader, it's important to understand that there is activity and there are large purchases or large sales. This is important. So here, this is also not highlighted. No attention is drawn to it. A downside, definitely a downside. Let's move on. Here we have components for working with our positions. What do I want to say? Well, it's clear. Cross margin, 10 times leverage, limit market, and some other orders. But I honestly want to tell you I don't use them. And most traders don't use them either. Yes, there is a certain percentage who might use these additional orders. But we must understand the basics. The basic thing is that there are two participants in the market, the buyer and the seller, and there are two types of interactions, the limit order and the market order. All other orders are their derivatives. South, I want to understand what my current balance is, what I have on margin, what I have on deposit, and what my possible position size is. Where can I see this? They don't show it. But then you came down here, and here in small print it shows me. You have a margin, meaning $105,000 available. But with the leverage, what is my position size? It doesn't show. All right, I want to enter. Right now, I want to close my position, partially reduce it. We seem to be in a small profit here. Here, I want to close it. If I choose the entire volume now. Here, 100%, and I press short. What will happen? Let's do it this way. So, what happened here? The following happened. We closed our long position and switched to a short position. But I didn't want that. I wanted to close my long position. So look, what mistake you might make. Having selected the entire volume to the maximum, you will press short, you will not sell it, you will close it, and even open a short position. Can you imagine what a catastrophic, fatal mistake this could be for you? So I consider this a downside as well. If we are working in long, then we should only work with the buttons. Buy, sell, buy, sell. When you press sell, you know exactly that you will sell the volume you need and it won't flip you into a short position. If I want to open a short, but I will close my long and open a short. Here, well, okay. We have a rather risky deal right now. We went in with our entire deposit, that's 96% of our margin. And ideally, I need to set a protective order there. Take profit and stop loss. I will set the stop loss right here at 3,648. And what will we do? We will now press the take profit / stop loss button. I will press here stop loss 3,648. And what next? How do I set it? What do I need to press? Long, short? You see, I don't understand. I have a lot of experience in trading and I'm even afraid to press any button. Why? Because it might just flip my position. For a beginner, it's absolutely unintuitive. For a professional, there's a moment to think and understand. Well, how to work here? Fractions of a second are important to me. I need to react. I need to quickly set a protective order, but I can't set it. How do you even set it? Look, if no one, you can press take profit / stop loss. Yes, that's the stop loss order. Again, let's enter 3,648 and press confirm. And here finally our stop loss has been confirmed. But it's scary. In fact, it's unsafe, uncomfortable, and frightening to work on these exchanges. But I understand that over time, you can get used to it, work with it, adapt, and everything will work out. But we talked about how fractions of a second are important. Minimal costs are needed. Here, I realized that working quickly on such platforms, on such infrastructures, is practically impossible. Now, if I want to set up a grid of limit orders, it's a good position. We've accumulated a huge volume, so everything is great. South, and I don't want to immediately reduce my market position. I want to exit in a differentiated way. Like, for example, here and here, what do I need to do? I enter the limit. And how? Now I will be entering, so here, these numbers, spending time on this. Then with what volume should I exit here? What should I press? Long? Well, let's press long. Here, our long order will be placed. Then we'll partially reduce it further, set it to 35, allocate more volume here, like this, long, and it's set. So I want to place another order here. Can I work through the order book? Surely it's possible. Let's increase the price step and try to change the price through the order book. Yes, you see, it's changing. Again, we need to choose the volume to reduce the position. Here we set long again. Let's place it somewhere closer, right here. So, let's also set an exit from the position. Like this, long. Let's also set it right at the current level. Choose the volume, set long. So, we have opened the volume for long positions this way. But you know what's bad? I can, in such a rush, place these limit orders without understanding what volume I'm actually placing these limit orders with. It's all somehow random, vague, imprecise. There it starts working. See, the price is falling, all is well, we're closing. Right now, it's actually easier for me to just cancel these orders. It requires confirmation. And here it requires confirmation once again, there. And just close the position at market price because, well, that's it. We are reducing it completely. Absolutely inconvenient, uncomfortable, and you know, when I first entered the exchange in my life, it didn't matter which centralized exchange. It gave me exactly those feelings. That is such a loaded system, so complex, so inconvenient. And in the market, seconds matter. Just a few seconds to react, buy, open, interact quickly. And since then, I started looking for platforms where I could trade differently, more efficiently, comfortably, conveniently. And all this time, I was searching. You know, there are platforms that offer a more comfortable trading solution, but they have drawbacks. They are not browser-based. They are not online. They are only, you can install them on the desktop, let's say, a terminal where you can work. And I need mobility, I need the internet, and not just a product tied to one computer, right? I needed to be able to log in from anywhere in the world, enter my login password, so to speak, and trade on the exchange. Convenience, that is, there should be convenience. And you know, I found such a platform, I will show it to you now. Let's move on to the next project, to the next cryptocurrency exchange. This project is called Tokerate. As I mentioned earlier, I am in search of a good, convenient trading platform, and you know, I think I found it. We are greeted on the main page by a very interesting animation, all in their signature style, and quite a loud statement that this is the next generation of exchanges. Fast, everything accessible, everything great. But, you know, when I scrolled down to the next screen, I understood what it was really about. Here, there is a demonstration of a static terminal, and I immediately saw that there is a functional order book with the ability to work, apparently, directly from this order book. Volumes are highlighted for us, great, everything is cool. And there are also customizable volumes. I was so intrigued by this that I can't wait. I immediately switched to trading on this platform. Well, let's look a bit further down. There are some products for launching coins, so apparently you can create your own token and launch it. In the future, they will have on-chain ecosystem for trading decentralized tokens. They also have their own token. It's quite well managed. 90% of everything is in the liquidity pool. Such a staking system is planned for the future, and the yield will be redistributed to stakers from the commission. That is, it's all very interesting. A promising project, actually. Let's just click the Start Trading button now. And we move to the trading terminal. So everything has loaded, everything has started. We are observing with you. You know, while the chart is loading, I already see beauty, elegance, comfort. I feel so comfortable here. Why? Because the developers didn't make these components that need to be moved around. Everything is static. Look, a large chart area, the order book, and the working component with our positions. Below we have information on our current positions, about limit orders, about order history. This is how it is presented. All the information is here. I recently accessed it, traded to try it out, to understand how good this product is before, of course, sharing it with you. And now I'm gradually moving my volumes to it, little by little, slowly adding to the deposit. And I feel that within the next week I will fully switch to this platform, meaning I will transfer more of the deposit and will trade only on it. Let's go through this together now. It's clear that there is some information about our symbol. That's all clear. But what is the main thing here? What can you focus on right now? Namely, here we have an open position and we are in a long position. In a long position, we can buy and sell. Next, it shows me my available balance and the balance with leverage. I have 10 times leverage. That's also smart. Below, there's a little hint about our current position. That is what our P&L is, what our ROI is without leverage, with leverage. Entry point, liquidation price, size, margin in dollars, and as a percentage of the deposit. This is very important. And here, by the way, it is also shown as a percentage of the deposit. And of course, the position size with leverage. To open a limit order here, you need to click the limit tab, select the volume, hover over the chart, and press the control key and click the mouse. Look, with the left mouse button clicked, I can place a bunch of these limit orders in just a second. It's so convenient, it's so comfortable, but it's actually amazing. I've been using it for the second day now, and I realize that I'm just diving into it. I feel so comfortable and safe, and it's indescribable. If I want to close a position or set limit sell orders, I can also do it on the chart by clicking, but I can also do it through the order book. Pay attention to the order book. We haven't even mentioned it at all. Here the order book is presented as follows. Price levels. The seller's area is colored red, the buyer's area is colored green. And here we also see large volumes, and they are highlighted in purple. The largest volume is highlighted in purple. Large volumes too, they apparently, well, yes, they are smaller, and they are highlighted with a full red line. So less large volumes are practically not highlighted at all. But this is informative. This is just amazing. This is truly amazing. Let me reduce our open position through the order book with you. Can this be done? Yes, it can. Look at them. We can place our limit orders directly in the order book. And here, we can work directly through the order book with these large limit orders. Also, if we want to trade at market price, all we need to do is select a market order, press, look, right now I have 17.57 and I will reduce the position by 3/10. I just press sell. I sold and my position decreased. I press sell again and it decreased further. In this simple way, we can effectively manage our position. Let's try working with take profit and stop loss orders. Moving on to take profit and stop loss. And here the logic is the same. That is, we can set take profit and stop loss directly through the chart. Notice, here we have a green dotted line that highlights where we will set our take profit at a certain price level. Moreover, it not only highlights but also shows the amount we will take as P&L when closing the position. If we talk about stop loss, I can set a break-even stop loss even. So I take it like this with the control key, I can move it here. This is a break-even stop loss. I can move it here, I can move it here. I can even tighten my position. It's all in a click. Just like that, friends, it's in a click. Look how amazing this is. But I won't work with a stop loss. I will reduce the current position with limit orders. I will wait somewhere around here to exit the position. What else can be said about this exchange? Well, it is decentralized. Decentralized means no one knows. It means there is no login or password at all. There is no email, no mobile phone, no passport data, and I connected my decentralized wallet, made a deposit, and I'm trading calmly. That's it. It all took me a few minutes. There is no registration. Connecting and interacting with the exchange took me just a few minutes. And I'm in the market. I'm enjoying convenient, comfortable trading. Here, actually, the difference is colossal. That is, if we talked about the ByBit exchange and now about the Tokerate exchange, the difference is just colossal. Yes, the ByBit exchange is a large, powerful, systematic, centralized exchange with high trading volumes. But what difference does it make to me? There is good liquidity here. I see that there are market buys, market sells, limit sell orders, limit buy orders. By the way, speaking of market orders, the developers of this exchange have done an amazing job with them. You see, here we have market buys highlighted in green. It makes sense that the buyer buys from the limit seller, and accordingly, market trades go up for buying, and market sells go down to the buyer's area. Everything is thought out here, all for the traders. And here, both a beginner and a professional, and traders of any level can figure it out. But for me, as an experienced trader, of course, it's incredibly comfortable to work on this platform. In the future, we will continue working on this platform. I will increase my deposit and transfer my funds to this platform. For now, I am getting used to it, observing its liquidity, checking how much can be earned here, withdrawn, and whether I will be restricted. Although on decentralized exchanges, everything is protected, well thought out, and in order. Here. Well, later we will return to it and I will start talking about trading strategies, start reviewing my trades, possibly sharing with you, maybe teaching someone. Because by watching my trades and observing the thought process of my trades, because here you can already see there are certain indicators. I have an entry point here. It's good, we're in profit. Before this I also tried trading here. You see several days and a positive result. So here is my statistics with a good win rate. I won't say anything, you'll just see for yourself. Therefore, thank you for your attention, friends. And I want to say one more important thing in conclusion. Whether you are an experienced trader or a beginner who is just starting or has already tried some platforms, start respecting yourself. Why? Because we spend quite a lot of time at the trading terminal, and the previous generation terminals you see on this platform, on Tokerate, they correctly noted this is the next generation of decentralized futures trading exchanges. They really created a next generation platform. And all that remains with centralized exchanges like ByBit, Binance, and so on is uncomfortable and inconvenient. Respect yourself. Switch to smart, comfortable, convenient platforms. And this platform is exactly the one. And it is on this platform that I will be demonstrating and achieving results, which will be reflected in P&L and ROI. And you will see it all. See you next time.